Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to get a really cool and neat keyboard for your screen. So right now I have a boring old keyboard right here, and so now I'm going to go to the App Store and I am going to search Fancy Key, which is right here, and I'm going to download it. But before you decide to download it, you can look at the details in the description, and there's all the descriptions and details and languages, which is really good for some people. And there's other information, and you can look at the update history. And the reason my dad always taught me to look at the version history and the privacy policy is to protect my phone, and to see the updates, because a lot of phones go back and use some of their old stuff later in life because people like the old design of some of their stuff. So now we're going to go to the app that you see right here that has loaded, and now right here it tells you exactly what to do. So right here it says add new keyboard and fancy key, but before you do that, we're going to go through the steps. So if you press do it now, which I'm trying to do but it won't work, so what I'm going to do is show you where to go. You can go to settings, and then after you go to settings, you go down and you go to general. Then after you go to general, you go down to keyboard. And after keyboard, you go to keyboards, and you press add new keyboard. And then you're going to press Fancy Key Pro. And then the Fancy Key will come up right there, and you can back out of that and go back to your Fancy Key. And then once you do that, it'll open this up. It will do what just happened for a second, and then you really don't have to do anything, and it goes straight to here. Now we can skip that because I'm going to show you what to do. You can go to right here or right here or right here. So right here, since you can't see where I'm pointing, is the 3 circles that are under design your own keyboard. Excuse me. So if you go to Fancy, you see there's a bunch of different things that you can use, and so it's like very nice, and like it's really cool. So you can pick a color, pick that color, and then if you go to the next thing, you can pick the shape of your keys. So right here I always pick oval or roundish keys, and I pick the keys that are darker, not the same color but darker, so it's just easier to press. And then I sometimes change the color, but you can change the size, and you can change the highlight, which is around the keys, as you can see, and you can change the outer shadow and the gradient and stroke, inner shadow, and outer glow. Then there's the letter font, and there's a few different ones. Like right here it tells me that for this one I would need a certain amount of diamonds, and I don't know how many diamonds I have, so I picked something else. But for now I'm just going to stick with the regular, and you can again change the sign, the color, and the bar color. Right here is the effect you get once you tap the bar, and once you tap this one, it's bubbles, but I don't want it to be bubbles. I always like my spark, and I'll change it to a color that's near the same color as my keyboard, which is pink now. So that's how I do that, and then I can save, and then yes, And now I have my keyboard, and if you see at the bottom on the left hand side, you see a box with arrows going out all around it, and if you press that, your keyboard will come all the way out, and when you type, it will just look like your keyboard. Now, one downside to this is, oops, where is it? Okay. One downside to this is that it doesn't have a sound, which is why I didn't show you that feature, which was the music button, and I'll show you that again. But that's the reason why that filter didn't work, because it was just that's the only like downside to this, because it won't have sound. I don't know why, I don't know how, it just doesn't have sound. So I'm going to do one with my photos, and you have to give them permission to use your photos, and I'm going to use this one right here. And then when you do this, you have the choices to fade, which look way weird to me, so I'm not going to use fade. Boxy with poly, my fault, which is basically like different shapes and colors that come together to make a description of that person. And you can again change those colors and things. Blur, which I do not like at all. I did blur my other one a little bit, but I still saw my main features, so that's where I wanted it. And then I pressed next, and now you have your picture below, and you can do all your other stuff, which I did. So I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna just do it solid because I didn't like that, and I like this. I don't know if you guys saw a difference, but I did. So I changed my keys, and I am now changing the size. I don't want that. We're gonna keep it there. And I just changed the size. I'm gonna add an outer shadow for depth, and that's about it. Now I'm going to pick a font, and I like that font. And bubbles, I want a white color for my bubbles. There we go. And sound. So here's the sound. It has default, but as you can tell right now, it's doing default. But when you save it, cancel, it doesn't play no more. So who knows why that is? I've tried to figure it out and just haven't. And so there's that. And now you have your very cool and very advanced and cool looking keyboard for when you're typing stuff. But the only difference is, like I said, the sound will not be there, and especially with this new keyboard that they have for iPhones after the update. I like the new keyboard sounds and whatnot, but that's how you get a really cute keyboard for your iPhone. I hope you like this video. Thanks, cupcakes, and I hope you have a good rest of the week. See you guys on Wednesday. Bye to the bye-bye. The top of my lungs, she's asking for a miracle, and it ain't Christmas.